Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stunods podcast. We are finally back after a long time. As you know, Dom has COVID, so we're just taking precautions, keeping him, 6 feet away.
Yeah, playing it safe. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
So a couple of our main topics today are going to be... Ladies and gentlemen, the Stunods are freaking back.
We're back, baby.
We're fucking back.
The Stunods, where the hell have they been?
I don't know, man. It's been some time. It has been some time. We've been itching to get back in the saddle, make some juicy content for you. But we're finally here. So at the time of filming this episode, the holidays are officially here, and it is after the Thanksgiving holiday, which we hope you all enjoyed. We have a packed episode today, but first, we are honored that this episode is sponsored by the clothing brand Leisure Supply. I got a chance to speak with the brand's founder some time ago. We are finally getting this episode out, and we're very excited. So real quick, a little bit about Lewis, the man behind the brand. He is a California native and a proud father of 4, and when I spoke with him over the phone, he was telling me how he was always a plain white tee kind of guy. And the shirt, not the band. So he wanted to branch out and create a brand that breaks away from that narrative of just a plain colored shirt. So the brand's designs are heavily influenced by beach boardwalk vibes and ultimately aim to promote chill, easygoing lifestyles. Me and Dom are wearing some of their designs now. You can check out some more shots of these shirts on the Leisure Supply Instagram page, which we will leave down in the description below. To Lewis, we want to thank you and wish you good fortune for you and your brand moving forward. Now, to get in today's topics, first, we have to address the elephant in the room. My co-host here, Dominic, had
COVID.
Had COVID. So we're going to talk a little bit about his experiences the past few weeks. So let's hear about it, man.
So one was probably like 2 Sundays ago. Mm-hmm. I was midday drinking a protein shake, and it was like a really peanut buttery flavor. And I was going to go to the mall, go shopping, and felt completely fine. And then I realized that I couldn't taste it. And it's usually pretty strong, the flavor.
Right.
So like, wow, all right, that's not good. I kept taking sips. Like, all right, maybe it's just like me like overthinking it or something. So I'm drinking it, couldn't taste shit. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I started like trying to taste everything in the house. Salty, sweet, anything. Trying to sniff everything. Mm-hmm. Nothing. So I immediately was like, all right, am I just panicking? Is this like, what the hell's going on? I was a little congested. So I was like trying to, psych myself out of that. Yeah. Saying like, all right, maybe it's just congestion.
But your congestion wasn't anything like crazy.
No.
Like just like a common cold almost. Okay.
So I'm like, all right, should I go get tested? And then everybody, like my girlfriend and parents and everything are like, probably don't have it. Just go get tested, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Luckily, I got in. I went to a local doctor's office, and I went at like 4:30. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm like, oh, you guys still testing? And then they looked at me, looked at the line. They're like, all right, like you can sneak in. So they kind of just let me in.
Oh, nice.
Last, but thankfully they did. So then got the call. I was positive, mm-hmm. And it was it hit you immediately, and I was kind of freaking out a little bit.
Definitely scared, of course.
I was like screaming and shit. My parents were like trying to calm me down. Not like I was just like pissed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not like in fear.
You also don't know where you could have gotten it either.
Right, that's the
scary
scary
number
thing.
Of places.
That's the scary thing.
Right.
Yeah, I had no idea where I got it from. No one I was around was exposed to it. So yeah, that was the freaky thing. But the thing that popped in my head, and I called you and called everybody I was around through especially the last couple days, but even like the last week.
Yeah.
And I was like, I tested positive. Like I don't know where the hell I got it, when I got it.
Right.
But yeah, then I was like, warn you guys. And I was more pissed because I'm like, all right, I just possibly infected, 8+ people throughout the last couple of days. So I was pissed about that.
Right.
So in the first 3 days, I was achy, like in the hamstrings, my ass. It was like muscle aches. It wasn't similar to like soreness after working out.
It's a common symptom for people who have who contract the coronavirus. So.
Congested a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the aches weren't, I would wake up in the middle of the night I would have to take Advil.
Yeah.
So it was tolerable, but tolerant?
Yeah.
Tolerable? Is that the right word?
Tolerable. Yeah.
Tolerable. But yeah, that went away quick. and then didn't have a fever, no chills, nothing.
That's good.
And just taste and smell still to this day right now. Tomorrow is going to be full 2 weeks. So it kind of sucks, especially around Thanksgiving.
Of course.
But, I was fortunate enough that I didn't have anything severe.
Yeah.
Fortunate enough, nobody around me got it and got really sick or anything like that. And it's freaky because it's like, it definitely is a highly contagious disease or virus because I don't know where the hell I got it from. But at the same time, it's when I did have it, I didn't give it to anybody.
Yeah.
Knocking on wood, I mean, I think we're in the clear now, but
yeah, no, we should.
No one that I know of.
Right.
So if I got it, I'm thinking I got it at a bar, a local bar. And if I got it there, it was 9 days after that time I was there that I got the first strong symptom.
Right.
So if it was 9 days, that's pretty crazy.
Right.
Probably 3 days before I had the loss of taste and smell, started to get sniffly and more of a runny nose. It wasn't really congested yet.
More of a post-nasal kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm it's just common. The weather's changing again. I was just sick out of sinus infection a month ago before that.
Right, exactly.
So I'm all right, well, it's just that. And then that's the thing that's scary, man. Nowadays, it's you have a little sniffle and either one, someone will freak out and have to go get tested.
Yeah.
Because you're already, making your mind race. Then there's two, the people that blow it off and you're like, oh, it's just a little sniffle, but it really can be the fucking virus, man. You just don't know.
Right. And that's also the thing too, is there's people out there that are kind of downplaying the whole situation. The virus is a very real thing.
Real. Yeah.
And, lately we've been seeing kind of a rise in cases again. Mm-hmm. So
they kind of predicted that in the fall.
Yeah, they did predict that, but I'm just saying, moving forward, everyone, watching this, take the necessary precautions. If you are going to go out, make sure that you're washing your hands frequently, you're wearing a mask when you need to, that sort of thing, because like you said, it is very, very easily contracted.
Right.
But again, that shouldn't deter anyone from living their life. But at the same time, this is the world we live in, and we have to take the precautions necessary to keep yourself safe and everyone else around you safe.
Right. But yeah, I tested negative right before Thanksgiving, which was good.
Tuesday, right? This past
Tuesday. So that was not a full 2 weeks. It was a little under a week and a half.
Right.
From the time I was positive to negative.
Right.
So that, could be comforting for some people to hear that it doesn't last a full 2 weeks. I guess it depends on how severe it is. But,
right.
It seemed like it passed through me pretty good. I was able to fight it off pretty well.
So you can't really taste or smell anything right now?
No.
You want to eat like a raw onion or something like that?
Yeah, I wish I could.
All right. Well, and it's funny. So if someone at home, the dog, your dad, if they fart, you can't really smell it.
Nope.
That's kind of nice.
Did you just fart? I couldn't tell.
No, I don't do that. I would let you know.
All right. I think with your farts, I would probably still be able to smell it.
Well, cat's out of the bag, everyone. I have really bad smelling farts. Okay.
Hey, it's natural. It's a human being. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Human body.
It's fine. Well, Dom, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you made it through. You are now a COVID-19 survivor.
For now.
Okay. Congratulations. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Wonder Woman 1984 being released on the streaming service HBO Max at the same time it's getting released in theaters. Let's dive into this because this is interesting.
Yeah, so I found that out immediately when the news came out.
Right.
I get why they're doing it.
Right.
Because it's been pretty much 5-6 months, half a year.
It's supposed to come out.
It's supposed to come out in June. Yeah. So I get why the studio's doing that, and I was actually reading it, and they said how the head of the studios are basically saying how they just didn't want it to become stale.
It's coming out on Christmas, right? December 25th.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that was the big thing,
Yeah, and that was kind of one of the points that I wrote down here, and I think it's getting to the point where things really aren't going to go back to normal for a while. So I think the studios that are sitting on these films that were supposed to come out this year, they need to release them because they need to start moving forward and continuing with their plans to release more and more new studio films, post pandemic. So they can't have a stockpile of new films and be releasing them all at once, because I feel like they'll probably end up losing money that way. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited that it's coming out both in theaters and on HBO Max, because if you're still taking precautions, being safe during the pandemic, you now have the luxury to watch it at home. But if you still want that theater experience, you can go to the theater and experience it, with all the sounds and everything like that. So
I mean, I'm probably not. Personally, not going to go see it in the theater, just because again, with the virus, I experienced it firsthand, and it's freaky how it can sneak into you, or sneak into your realm, your little bubble you think you're in the house, and it can still get you.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to watch it, on HBO Max. And again, it is smart by the studio, but I think it paints a road of studios having to release stuff probably for the next 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But
everyone.
I'm pretty sure AMC is not operating right now, at least in Jersey. I don't think Regal is. I think Reading Cinemas, I'm pretty sure that's the only one I really know of, the one right in Manville.
Right.
So, are theaters really going to waste the money to stay open for the next 6 months? Or are they just going to shut down? And I just hope it doesn't make movie theaters disappear very quick.
I mean, if I'm being honest, like, it doesn't look good for theaters at the moment. Especially because now that we're seeing studios, making this push to release, these huge films like Wonder Woman on a streaming service.
Right. But you can look at the positive, what this can do, especially for HBO Max.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm not about it. I'm really not. And there's an episode where we talk all about our, nitpicky things.
I want to get into everything again, but we can't.
We can't be redundant about it. But I do think it'll make them more comfortable, especially depending on different agreements they're gonna make on how these movies make money.
So I think you can take away with HBO Max and all the streaming services how they're basically dipping into movies and television.
Okay.
So, for instance, HBO Max has the Batman, Robert Pattinson coming out, but then they signed on for, a Gotham series within that Robert Pattinson Batman's world. They're having a mini-series there. But
it's not gonna be Robert Pattinson. It's gonna be
I don't think so.
It's about the Gotham PD, right? Yeah. Okay.
So there's that where it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about it yet. When you go from watching a big blockbuster movie and then you can dabble into a TV show. Marvel's doing it with their franchise they have now,
right? And
they're going into shows. I'm a big continuity guy, and
for sure.
The fact that we're gonna go from experiencing everything on a movie blockbuster level and then into, but then you can look at Mandalorian, and especially season 2. We won't do any spoilers, but I absolutely love season 2 of Mandalorian right now.
I mean, The Mandalorian is just a great show.
And it's just a spin-off right from Star Wars. I mean, it has its own twists and everything, but, it's bringing in even other of their Star Wars shows.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
No. We won't say anything. But what is the overall pattern here that you're talking about? Like, what is everything doing and what is selling, right? It's world building. People love world building, right? And
which I do too. Yeah.
And the pioneers of world building is Marvel. Marvel did it perfectly. They started with Iron Man. All their we talked about it enough already, but all their single movies for all their superheroes. Then Avengers comes out, and they branch out, do Guardians of the Galaxy, and they connect them somehow to the Avengers. It's world building that sells. Look at John Wick. The first one was great, but people love the second one more because it just expands that world. People love world building, right. And now I think it's getting to a point where they're taking it on a grander scale, where they're having their films, and now they're having TV shows that are connected to it. So you'll see the familiar faces and the familiar backgrounds, all that stuff. People love that. All right, Dom, let's talk a little bit about TikTok and some of my gripes with it.
I think first of all, I think we have to get on TikTok, even though we're going to talk about some things.
Yeah.
We gotta get on TikTok.
Yeah, and this might be a little hypocritical of us to be on TikTok after this conversation, but
probably.
So.
We're selling out.
Recently, there has been, a lot of different TikTok stars that have been, coming under fire for different reasons. One in particular, if you're on TikTok, you know her name. Her name's Charli D'Amelio. She has a drink at Dunkin' Donuts, which is absolutely insane. You go up to the drive-thru and be like, "Yeah, can I get the Charli?" And they make
Seriously?
you a drink. And
What is it?
It's like a coffee. I really don't even know. But lately, she has been receiving some backlash for acting, maybe a little spoiled, a little ungrateful. But the backlash has gotten so bad that she has been receiving death threats.
And how old is she?
I believe she is 16 years old at the time of this shooting. So, my thing with it, right, and I don't think anyone should be receiving death threats unless, I don't think anyone should receive death threats. I really don't. It's fucked up.
No.
It's a fucked up thing, right? And she's a 16-year-old girl.
Unless you fucking killed somebody.
Right, exactly.
Then, yeah, you can receive death threats.
Right, but she's a 16-year-old girl with all this money and fame. She's, maybe acting a little spoiled, a little ungrateful here and there, but she's going to make mistakes. She's young. What I don't like about this situation is you have certain personalities, right? Certain TV personalities saying that she deserves to get death threats.
What?
These are grown-ass adults saying that a 16-year-old girl deserves to get death threats. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is why young influencers, young stars, I don't know, man. Like I don't know if they should be given all this power and all this influence because one, they don't know how to handle it, and two, is it a form of neglect that they're getting this sort of hate and backlash? Like it's messed up.
Yeah.
So the overall question that I'm asking here is, what would you do if you were handed all that money and fame at a young age? Do you think you honestly could handle it? Really? And so let's talk about it.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't really know what she's done, but the fact that she's getting death threats from people and they're saying that she deserves it is fucking disgusting because
it's messed up.
No one deserves a death threat, especially that young.
Right.
Me personally, I'm thinking back when I was, 16, 17 years old, had no idea what the fucking world was.
Right.
I still don't really, but, I definitely developed a little bit.
But if the devil came up to you and was like, I will offer you an unlimited amount of money and fame, just sign here, you're going to say yes. As a 16-year-old kid, you won't think about it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not putting her at fault
right.
for getting big and being this huge influencer. I'm not saying that. It's not her fault. What I'm saying is, and it's messed up. It's a messed up thing that our society does, right? People who watch her stuff, people who like and comment on her stuff, you put her in this position of power and influence. You put her there. Now you want to take her down. What is that? What sort of twisted thing is that our society does? It's this cancel culture. Yeah. What these people, you put them there. You put them in this position, and then you want to rip them down. It's weird.
People hide them behind their screens, man.
I guess, but it's just a really twisted thing that people do.
I would definitely not know how to handle that much fame or money.
Exactly. And my thing is like, if she has all this fame, all this power, I think the people around her, i.e. her parents, managers, whatever the case may be, they need to do a better job of teaching her and mentoring her on how to be a public figure, a public celebrity figure like this, And I feel like they're just kind of riding on the coattails of her success.
That's what I was going to say. It was, that was the first thing that popped in my head is like who surrounds her, what influence has on her right now.
Right.
I'm sure if I was handed, me personally, if I was handed that much money and fame, first of all, I would never be able to touch that money.
Yeah.
Because my parents would,
They'd
respectfully, make sure I'm watching it for me.
Right.
Until I'm, 18 or just help me kind of understand what, the value of actually having money and that much fame is, I don't know, man. I mean, I would definitely be overwhelmed.
So I don't think she needs all this hate and all this, and death threats. I think what she needs is education. Like she needs someone to teach her or tell her when she's making mistakes and when she's not putting herself in a good light in the public eye.
What does she do though? Like what's her content?
I think she blew up to fame. She posted like a few dances, like her dancing to certain songs on TikTok. I just know that the situation with her right now is pretty messed up. That's really all I know. I don't know the ins and outs of her content or anything like that, but
she just dances and shit. That's basically
pretty
what
much.
You think. Okay.
Pretty much. And like she's I'm assuming because she's so famous, she's talented at what she does, like dancing wise. But again, like the people put her up there.
Right. Put her on a pedestal.
They put her there. if you're not going to teach them how to properly handle it, I think it is a form of neglect, because as soon as they make a mistake, people are ruthless.
Right.
They're going to give them so much hate. And if they can't handle, the positives in power and fame and money and all that stuff, how are they going to handle all this hate? How are they going to handle, someone telling them that they should kill themselves?
Yeah.
They're not. You know what I mean? So I think if they're not getting educated properly, I do think it is a form of neglect giving the keys to the castle to a girl who doesn't even have her fucking driver's license yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, I want to talk a little bit about the next generation of video gaming consoles. I mean, yeah, a little nerdy, but no shame. I am a huge nerd. I play a lot of video games. But lately, I've been following what's been going on with these new consoles. And, this holiday season, people are having an extremely hard time getting their hands on these new consoles, being the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. This is due to increased demand and obviously limited supply. I think a lot of the manufacturers are having a hard time during the pandemic, so they can't pump out enough consoles to meet the demands. So a big problem that has been going on is that scalpers have been creating these sort of bots or, systems or algorithms.
Just explain what scalpers are, because I didn't know what that was.
You didn't know what a scalper? All right, so a scalper is somebody who buys a new product and resells it for a higher than stock price.
Okay. Maybe I'm just the idiot, but
no. So these scalpers are creating bots, and what these bots do is once a store online has inventory of these new consoles, the bot snaps all of them up and instantly buys all of them. So it's like one person can literally take 20 of the consoles that they have in a store and just purchase them immediately, and no one has even a chance to buy them. I experienced this firsthand when the new Xbox came out. No shame. I don't really care. I stayed up till probably about 1:30, refreshing pages, trying to see if I can get my hands on one. And when Target went on sale, in 5 minutes, they were out of stock. I couldn't get my hands on one. The following day, Walmart went live at 12 noon. Not even within a minute, all of their stock was gone.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like, people like us don't have a chance of getting these new consoles. And I don't know if it's because these scalpers have these bots and are snapping them up or whatever the case may be. But the problem is, the problem that I have with it is that it's not fair if you have these systems, these hacks that are able to take these consoles away from, let's say, a kid who all he wants for Christmas is a new console or something like that, or maybe somebody who saved up all their hard-earned cash, like a teenager, wants to buy a new console and now he can't. He has to wait until June of next year, and he was so excited to buy it on day one. I think it's a little messed up. I mean, me personally, I can wait. It's not a big deal. But for other people that where video games is an escape for them. Obviously, during the pandemic, a lot more people have been playing. It's messed up that it's taken out of their hands. So the next thing I want to talk about is there was a group of 12 UK scalpers who, through, I don't know which means, I don't know if they had these bots or if they bought them manually, whatever the case may be, they have seized over 3,500 PlayStation 5 consoles. 3,500 amongst 12 people.
Absurd.
It's absurd.
That's like a whole warehouse. I don't even know. Maybe 2 warehouses. It's a whole stock.
It's a lot. And they're selling them for double or even triple the market price. So, they've been getting a lot of hate, this group. And they recently released a statement. And I'll read you the statement real quick. This comes from videogameschronicle.com. So their statement is, lots of our community have been furloughed, made redundant, or at some form of disadvantage due to the pandemic. These people have managed to cover their bills, put food on the table, and supply Christmas presents to their children. It may be unfortunate that a child won't wake up to a PS5 this Christmas, but another child may have woken up to nothing. We have no regrets. So
it's aggressive.
It's aggressive. They're trying to make people feel sympathy for them.
Right.
Now, again, I don't know what their personal situation is, but I did some digging, and I did the math.
Deep digging.
So,
Deep digging Joey.
To pay for all of these consoles, right? 3,500 units times 450 euros, which is how much a PlayStation 5 goes for in the UK. This roughly costs 1.575 million euros, and that is before tax and shipping costs. If they claim they don't have money to provide for their families, then why are they spending a collective 1.57 million euros on next-gen consoles to ultimately double or triple their resale profits? If you divide the money spent, 1.575 million euros by 12 of these scalpers, the total comes out to about 132,000 euros spent per person. Average cost of living for a family of 4 in the UK is 46,000 euros a year. And that's reported by Revolut.com. And that was May of this year that it was reported. So, and I'm assuming that is the absolute minimum to provide for a family of 4 in the UK. So you mean to tell me that if 12 people are spending 130K, yet the minimum costs 46,000 euros to live in the UK, why are they taking $130,000 of their, or 130,000 euros of their money and putting it towards next gen systems? When
if you're complaining you can't put food on the table.
When they have more, when that number right there is close to triple the amount of the minimum cost of living in the UK for a family of 4. So even if you have a family of 6,
it's 100% a scam.
Right? So like I said, I don't know what their certain situation is, but what I'm saying is that if they're lying to provoke sympathy, then how dare they do that, man? Because there are people out there that are actually struggling, that are actually suffering from the pandemic, that are really struggling to put food on the table.
You look like a fucking asshole.
The fact that you're, I mean, listen, I don't care that you snapped up 3,500 of these consoles. I don't give a shit. Right. Go ahead, do your thing. But the fact that you're trying to say that you're trying to put food on the table for your family when you're spending 130,000 of your own money.
Yep. It would be better off if, like, all right, instead of trying to have people sympathize with you, you could just be like, up front and be like, yeah, you know, just trying to give money. I mean, yeah, you still look like an asshole, but now you're literally trying to lie to people that are suffering.
Like, and like I said, again, I don't know their personal situations. You know, maybe they really are struggling. This was the only way they could, you know, make up money. But I don't know, man. Like, if you're spending 130K and it only costs 46K to live in the UK, a lot of K's there, I know, but like it's messed up. It's messed up, and it's not right. You know, there are you know, kids and people out there that where video games are their only outlet, and you're kind of taking it away from them a little bit. I think it's a little messed up. It is what I mean, you know, and you shouldn't be lying about it either. I feel like not all, maybe one or two people in that group maybe are really struggling, but what about the rest of you? Yeah. I don't know. Little shameful there. And that's my thing too. If you want to get a new console, please do not pay these scalpers. Just wait until you can get it in a store, because if you pay these scalpers,
that's half the issue though.
Yeah,
that's why these people are snagging them up and selling them for double the price.
People will buy them.
That's insane. That's absurd.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop paying double or even triple of what you can pay for it in the store. Just wait a few months, and you'll be able to get one. It's not that big of a deal. It's not worth it.
Way too much money.
It's not worth it. That is a jam-packed episode that we just provided. It has been a long time coming, but we are back.
We're back.
The Stunods.
I feel like
we've been saying that a lot.
Like we say that every episode. Yeah, we shoot like 2, take like, you know, like a 2.5 month hiatus, and then come back. Oh, we're back.
But we did. But this was 6 weeks.
Hey, we always come back.
Yeah, we always come back.
We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary.
We have some special things in store for you. If you've been with us for that long, if you've been watching every episode for the year, we have something special in store for you.
It's pretty crazy. Isn't
it? So definitely stay tuned.
Christmas special coming too.
Oh yes, and our second Christmas special.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. All right, so that is all we have for today's episode. Again, we want to thank Lewis and Leisure Supply for sponsoring this episode of the pod. Please be sure to like and subscribe, as we will be releasing a ton of new content within the next few weeks. Dom.
Yeah.
Why don't you show the people one of your latest projects behind the camera?
Yeah, so I directed actually I just released it yesterday. Directed a music video, first music video. It's called Crooked Man by Rattle Them Bones. It's actually my brother's band. It's him and an incredibly talented guitarist, Steve Reynolds. That guy just fucking shreds the fucking guitar, man. I mean,
you got some pipes too.
That guy, yeah, it's a singer too. So it's a 2-man piece. For 2 guys, man, they make a lot of fucking noise.
Yep.
And yeah, so I would definitely go check it out. We'll put the link for the YouTube or the music video in the description. But we're actually gonna close out with their song. So
hell yeah,
listen to the song and then go check out the video. And Joey actually was my crew guy.
Yes,
too.
Yes, I helped. I was on set. It was a good time. All the people there were, willing and ready to,
It was an awesome
shoot.
experience.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Great experience. So,
Just go check it out.
yep.
And we're gonna end it with Crooked Man by Rattle Them Bones.
And as always, tune it
Signing
off.
off.
Stop it off.
See ya.
Bye.